What happens to a person who files a protective order out of spite? Well, unless you can prove it was filed out of spite and fraudulently, nothing. Clearly there are people who are dangerous and their victims or potential victims need and deserve protection. Still, after more than 23 years in practice, it is my opinion that most, not all, protective orders are filed fraudulently and spitefully. And 2, that few falsely filed protective order applications are dismissed as without merit. Why? Well, in my experience, many courts don't exercise the courage to deny insufficiently supported protective order applications because they don't want to. Why? I believe that when courts don't want to deny insufficiently supported protective order applications, it is because they do not have the will or the courage to deny those insufficiently supported protective order applications. Why? They don't want to deny an insufficiently supported protective order application only to learn a week later that the respondent or the defendant put the applicant in the hospital or the morgue. They don't want it on their conscience and or to be blamed and criticized for such a situation. That's perfectly understandable. But it's still totally wrong. It's a blatant denial of due process and a blatant failure to abide by the applicable standards of proof. But many courts feel that a better safe than sorry and an abundance of caution trump bedrock principles of justice. They do not. Exercising judgment is a tough and thankless job, but it's the job nonetheless. If a judge does not have the guts to apply the law impartially and correctly to the best of the judge's ability, that judge has no business being a judge. It is a crime to lie to judges. It is a crime to lie to law enforcement. It is a crime in my jurisdiction, Utah, to seek a protective order fraudulently. That is likely true for most jurisdictions. Here are some ways one could be charged and prosecuted if a prosecutor were interested in pursuing such a charge, but they rarely are. Take a look at these sections of the Utah Code. Section 76-8-506, entitled Providing False Information to Law Enforcement Officers, Government Agencies, or Specified Professionals. Utah Code Section 76-8-504, entitled Written False Statement. Utah Code Section 76-8-502, entitled False or Inconsistent Material Statements. Utah Code Section 78-8-505, entitled Inconsistent Statements, Proof or Falsities of Statements, Irregularities, No Defense. We've included the links to these and other sections in the description section of this video.